Hello, my name is Judy, and I'm a residential real estate agent with the Douglas Elliman team here in Garden City, New York. I always love seeing the smile on my client's face, especially on closing day. Honestly, it's super rewarding taking the stress out of home buying and home selling for my clients. I'm ready to work for you. Give me a call, let's share a cup of coffee, and let's discuss how I can help you with all of your real estate needs.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us on a new episode of the GC360 podcast recorded right here in the Garden City, New York Media Studios. I'm Erica, your host, and you can now stream the podcast on all major listening platforms. On this podcast, we cover a range of topics from finance, sports, business, relationships, and health. And this episode is sponsored by Alliance Services, helping older adults continue to live well and independent. On this episode of GC360, we are exploring the end-of-the-year housing market and the trends and how these trends influence home buying and home selling for New Yorkers. It probably comes at no surprise that most of us know that one of the key trends in real estate these days is relocating from big cities to the suburbs. This trend was steadily occurring before 2020, but it was heavily impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic. Due to the pandemic and the competitive housing market, some buyers purchased their homes without even stepping foot inside their home at all. Many were able to do virtual tours due to our virtual capacities, such as video and 3D tours, drones, and virtual staging. Now that we have returned to in-person showings, will these trends continue? And will leaving the city life for suburban scenery continue? Joining me in the studio today to discuss these trends and answer these questions is my friend Judy Hsu, real estate agent at Douglas Elliman, right here in the Garden City, New York Media Studio. Judy, thank you so much for being here today. I know you have a crazy busy schedule, so I really appreciate you being here.
Of course, Erica. I'm very glad to be here.
Great. Now, we will get into it with Judy after these messages.
My father never stops moving, but after he had a brain aneurysm, he had a difficult time getting back to his normal routine. That's when I called Alliance Services. They paired him with Rosa. She developed a custom home care plan that helped him with his recovery.
Rosa helped me gain my independence back.
Alliance Services, helping older adults continue to live well and independent.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the GC360 podcast recorded right here in the Garden City, New York Media Studio. We are here again with my friend Judy Hsu of Douglas Elliman Real Estate. Now, Judy, I want you to first tell some of our viewers who may not know you a little bit about yourself.
Sure, no problem. I do work on 7th Street right here in Garden City, Douglas Elliman, for the past 3 years.
Oh, great.
And I do live in Garden City myself. I'm raising 2 kids here, and I'm also a pharmacist, which I'm very proud of. But
Wow.
I love real estate.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
Yes. So how long have you lived in Garden City?
The past 12 years.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you know the area.
Yeah.
You definitely are familiar. So would you say, okay, you said you've been in real estate about 3 years. So you started not too much before the COVID pandemic, right?
Exactly. My first sale was like 1 month before pandemic hit.
Wow. So you were just getting your feet wet and then the pandemic hit. So what did that feel like for you being already new to the career, and then like what was the difference between your first sale and then the pandemic and doing virtual showings and doing it in that way?
Yeah, I think it was like a total transition for everyone in the real estate world. We didn't know what to do because of the shutdown. So I thought that my career was pretty much over. I just started, and
I can imagine.
But then we kind of like pushed through. Like we follow, we adjust to the market at the time. But
what did those adjustments look like? Like you guys had to do, I'm sure, virtual tours and things like that, right?
Yeah, it was kind of fun at home to do all those while working, sort of, right?
Yeah.
Like everyone in the world went into that mode.
Totally.
Yeah. So it was kind of different, because I love like one-to-one experience.
Being in person.
In person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do too. I know. I was not a fan of some people liked staying at home. I was like, not for me. I like to be out there and doing things. So I agree with you there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I just am so curious about people buying a home. I know you do rentals and you sell as well.
Yes.
So buying a home when you can't even see it, did people really do that?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me.
Yeah, that was. But like at the time, people who needed to buy, they still, purchased the homes like that.
Now, did you see the market? Did it get better for buyers at that time?
Pretty much during pandemic, it was definitely seller's market. Yeah, houses were overpriced. People are still buying them because they want to move. They want more space.
Yeah.
They want to stay home. They're sick of being at home. So
that kind of makes
sense.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then, would you say 2022? Now we're at the end of 2022. So this year, how did it change from that crazy pandemic year?
Sure. 2021, all realtors pretty much hit the jackpot because their GCI probably shot up to the roof. It was amazing, right? Year for real estate.
Yeah.
But 2022, we kind of slowed down a little bit.
Okay.
Because we're all going back to normal. We're not taking a ride anymore.
Yeah.
So it really, it also impacted us, but it was good. It was still good.
Yeah.
People are still buying.
Well, good. Yeah, I'm glad to hear. So how has business been for you in the last 6 months, would you say?
Definitely has slowed down toward the holidays.
Yeah.
I always believe that everyone should enjoy family time.
Yes.
So the market did slow down a little bit because of the interest rate. It went up. But thankfully, it actually went down last month. So
Okay.
it's a good thing for all the buyers out there.
Oh, good to know. Okay, buyers, pay attention.
Yes.
Cool. And speaking of the holidays and being around family, Judy, you were one of our sponsors for the Virtual Village show, which we're really, really appreciative of that. So you got to see it, right?
Yes.
What did you think?
I thought it was a wonderful thing to basically show, Garden City, what we have to offer, all the good people on there, coming together to celebrate, the holidays.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Definitely. Yeah. I'm glad that you had a good time watching it. I definitely did too. And hosting it. It was super fun.
Yes.
We had a great time. So then, what do you think, in your professional opinion, just based on your experience, what do you foresee in 2023 for the housing market? What do you think it looks like?
Sure. A lot of people are scared that it will crash or whatever.
Oh, really?
But you know what? It's not going to be like that. It's going to be stabilized. I like to use the word stabilized. It's not going to be it's not going to be out of the ordinary. We're never going back to pandemic time.
Yeah, we
Crazy
hope. Yeah.
Yes, we don't want to ever.
Yeah.
But the market is going to be more stable, like I say. So I don't think anyone should be afraid of it.
That's good.
And then, to make everyone feel comfortable. It's gonna be a healthy market, I feel.
Good.
Yeah.
I like to hear that.
Yes.
I'm sure a lot of people like to hear that. Some of your clients that you're working with right now probably also like to hear that.
Right. I think so too.
And so now comparing selling and buying to the rental market, how's the rental market doing? It's probably a different ball of wax, right?
Yes, right now actually it's going the reverse from sales. So as soon as the rental is out on the market, it'll be gone in a few days.
Yeah.
Seriously,
they don't last, do they?
No, they don't. You have
Yeah.
to call up today and make an appointment today and get it today.
Yeah.
We're just discussing that.
Yeah, I had an experience with that back in March. I was moving, and the day I saw the place, I put down a deposit because I knew it was
smart.
it was a pretty good place, and I knew it wouldn't last long. So I thought, in New York, you can't sit on things. You can't just twiddle your thumbs. You have to make a move.
Yes.
So it still is like that now.
Exactly.
Yeah. And how do you think next year will be for it? Do you think it's going to get a little better for the renters or kind of stay the same?
Probably still stay the same until maybe the interest rates go down a little bit more. More people are going back to buying.
Okay.
And instead of, continue renting, they'll maybe think about purchasing a home.
Yeah.
So maybe that market was, just, again, stabilized.
That makes sense. If the buying market is better, then they might be looking at that. So that makes a lot of sense. Wow. I know it's crazy, and I know that the housing market changes year to year regardless, but the pandemic, I think, really threw us a curveball. So it's interesting to hear how it is now and how it's been changing. Okay. But I'm glad it's going well for you, though. That's great. Thank you, Judy. We're going to take another quick break, but we'll be right back after these messages.
Season's greetings, everyone. Erica Becker here, your host at Garden City, New York Media. I am very excited to announce that I'll be providing acting classes for young people in Garden City in 2023. To stay updated and for more information, visit our website at longislandacting.com. Thanks so much and happy holidays.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us on this GC360 podcast. We were here with Judy Hsu. She gave us a lot of great information about the housing market. Super interesting to talk about. That about wraps up the time we have for today. But Judy, thank you so much again for joining us. I know you have a busy schedule, so I appreciate you taking the time to be here with me.
Thank you.
And before we go, where can our audience learn more about you or maybe get in contact with you if they want to sell or buy or rent?
Sure, no problem. I'm right here on 7th Street, Douglas Elliman Real Estate. Just walk in, I'm usually there. If not, then you could get on to my IG, Realtor Judy Hsu, and you can find me there every day.
Awesome, great. Now, before we end the show today, too, I want to encourage our viewers to watch our 2022 Virtual Village show that we aired last week. It was really, really great. You can view it by visiting virtualvillageshow.com. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of GC360. I'm Erica, and we will see you next time.